Hello and very warm welcome, everyone. It's Marta. Welcome back, or warm welcome if you're new. Today, I'm going to be playing with leftover pieces. I have a couple ideas which I hope you're going to be enjoying because, my friends, I have way too many scraps, and each time I'm creating something nice, I have this like fancy card which I always prepare myself bunch of leaves or different elements. I'm always having some leftovers. My idea is now to deal with it straight away rather than adding to the scrap pile, which is already, going out of my control, I would say, at least. So this time I came in to clean up my desk, and when I was looking on those elements, I thought like this is a potential for a couple of cards at least. Like I could make one or two, so let's see how am I gonna go. I spent roughly around like 30 minutes to create these, and I'm super happy and super proud of it because first and foremost, I get rid of the scraps on the go. Like I didn't create more scraps to already large collection I have. I also have three additional cards which I could give to someone or as a thank you or last minute, or if I forget something or my family member or neighbor will come in and say, hey Marta, I just need a quick card. I'll be like, here you go, I'm ready, so this is the things which I recommend you to do, that if you are creating this large card or something special and you have leftover pieces, just try to see, grab a piece of the card base, a very little like A6 size or whatever sizes you're using. Just grab little note card and just try to see if you can arrange the elements on the card. You'll be surprised that it actually has potential to create at least one, if not two or more cards. Here I'm using very simple ready-made card base, like 6 by 6 inches, and design will be clean and simple, but I think those cards, they looking really nice and cute and neat, and not necessarily they are, last minute makes. Like if someone will receive the card, I don't think that the recipient will actually guess that this is the card which I've made under 5 minutes using the leftover pieces. Like someone who will receive the card, they will be like, oh wow, this is nice. And I'm telling you, my friends, if you will have a second look on the leftover pieces once you finish working on something, you will be surprised that you can actually pull out like at least one card out of it. So for this card, I've used a very old technique with scoring tool just to accent the composition. I've made couple of the horizontal lines and I've made them towards the top because I want to put my composition there. On the bottom, I have this gold with love sentiment, which is leftover pieces from yesterday's session. I was cutting it and I was thinking I'm gonna use it on a box, and then as whoever watched the video, I've made a terrible mistake. Like the die actually cut through the hard part, so I've tried to save it with the ribbon and I forgot about this sentiment. So here it is, it's already on the card, and the card, I think it's look really really pretty. Now I have another piece, and this is leftover a piece of the watercolor paper which I have left after the box we were making. So I'm scoring it in half, and it's kind of it look like A6 size card. I don't know the width of this card because I haven't measured it, but the length was A4 size paper, so it kind of looks like that could be like a A6 or A2. I think I'll have to double check the American cards because there's so many friends from America who watch my channel. I need to do a little bit more research and homework to learn about your favorite sizes. If you're watching and if you're from US, please let me know like what sizes you are crafting, like which sizes are most common in your craft room, so I could maybe create a couple of cards with the thinking like of you, like what would you like to put, and bring you some inspiration that way. Now the second card, I am going easy pathway shortcut. Like I'm using the same idea, only the twist is that this time I put my lines vertically instead of horizontally, and this is great design. The card which I'm doing to just now, I just want to let you know this will be a good idea for any occasion. The card is very elegant, very calm, and because I didn't put any flowers, and I think this is important to say that because there's no flower, no cheerful butterflies or anything, this would be a great card to use for a sympathy. If you will use, instead of a sentiment, which I'm gonna be putting, if you would stamp in a black ink something like with deepest sympathy, or you are in our thoughts, or something like the proper sentiment, uh, you could use it as sympathy card. And I just want to say that because amongst my friends, like whenever we chat, and I don't know if you agree, let me know, but the sympathy cards is the one which are most having, like, at least in my case and many of my friends, this is something we are struggling with, because it's very hard to create sympathy card, because you always wondering, like, sometimes in your mind, I'm just wondering, is this proper for the occasion? Is it not cheerful enough, or like, is it gonna be good as a sympathy card? And this one, I think this design with couple lines to the side and very simple composition with couple of the leaves, I think it would look good for any occasion, including the sympathy one. And of course, if you like, you can switch the gold leaf for black one, or maybe like a grayish color one, just to make it a little bit more like turned down rather than gold. But I just wanted to say that so you could have that idea in head, like if you need any sympathy card, this is like idea you can use. I'm going to be using the Celebrate sentiment, and this is the sentiments. This is a brand new sentiments which I add on to this 7,000 celebration. Thank you so much. So many new friends joining my channel. I wasn't prepared for that, I would say, but I hope you're not gonna leave like after I'm saying that. But every time, like, it was always taking me ages, like going from, I don't know, 3,000 to 3,500 to 4,000 subscribers, and more friends joining my channel. So every time, every couple of the months, like once I reach kind of a little like a milestone on my channel, I was sharing a free designs. And this time it hasn't been even like 2 weeks, and I went from 5,000 to 7,000. So that's why I'm saying I wasn't ready, like I didn't even had enough time to design something. So I'm sorry for that. I hope you'll forgive me. But I'll promise that I will come up something big. Like if we go to 10,000, I'm gonna share something big with you. So hopefully that won't be too long. Now, my friends, I've printed the sentiment, and I am adding this Let's Celebrate one, and I'm just putting it on the gold piece. I'm gonna be making a ultra thin border around. I think it's looking very, very elegant, and for the card like that, which is very, very delicate, I think that super thin frame around is just something which will be looking fabulous here. And one more thing I didn't mention, for this leaf composition, like when I have this bow added to my composition, I wanted to use the pearl. However, the card is very, very flat, so it's good for a postage, and sometimes adding the pearl or a button could create unnecessary bulkiness. So instead of adding the pearl, I actually fake it using the hole punch. You could see here I've got this little teeny tiny circle on the bow, and that's just looking fabulous. Now, card number 3. This was very simple, very easy, like the last two, and the third one also will be simple, although I'm having a trouble to create that one. First and foremost, this paper is tearing. Like, this is very naughty paper, I would say. I don't like it. I've asked my husband to buy me a white couple packaging of the white paper in BM, which we always were buying. And when he went home back from the store, I realized that the paper he bought was coated, but I didn't have any receipt or something. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take it. The paper is absolutely unusable for printing, because every time I put it in my printer, the image look like it's been soaked in water. It's not clear, everything is splotchy, and I just don't like it. And I'm having the hard time with this paper, because every time I'm trying to score it, it's getting tear, and it's just low quality, I would say. But I am not giving up on it. It's good stiff paper, so I'm trying to use it up at least as my card basis. And if your paper is tearing, this is something what you can do. You can try to see if the change of the bone folder will help out. I've got the Marta Stewart board, and this Marta Stewart bone folder, it's a little bit too, how I would say, sharp on the edges, so I'm using the Arteza one, which is way more rounded, and this one is actually working okay. Now I'm having the piece of the watercolor paper. When I was creating this box for my fancy card last night, I've told you that don't throw away the packaging because it has potential. This is such a lovely design, so I've decided to save it and use it on the card. And here I'm trying to see if I could cut something extra from this part, but then I realized, hey, I could actually grab one of the punches. And here I've made another mistake. It's just not going well with this card, I would say. I have this kind of like a mouse padded, a piece underneath this mat. This is actually the dining mat, but it kind of, it's very soft and cushioning. And where was my head? Like, I should take the mat away instead of it trying all force to make this punch working on a piece of the cushion. Like, Marta, like, come on. But anyway, I'm just laughing now, I was just going like full power, all my force on this punch, when all I had to do was really to take this cushioning pad from underneath. But anyway, and as I was struggling with this punch, I've made a hole here. And oh my goodness, another one. Like, what else on this card will happen? It's very easy, very simple card, but it's just not going. But I'm not giving up. I like this design much. I don't want to make it too short because I like it on this skinny, elegant card. So I thought, okay, I'm not giving up on you. I will just do something to disguise this piece, and hopefully that's gonna be working. So whenever those things happen to you, please bear in mind that paper is very forgiving. Sometimes things doesn't go to a plan to everyone. Even the most skilled, most experienced crafters, they do get those things when something is not working. Most of the time, my friends, and I will tell you this honest truth, most of the time, if you can't see mistake, it was edited out. Like, I'm not saying that everyone is making mistakes with every video. No, of course not. But from time to time, we all have the mistakes. It's just sometimes you can't see them. But I do think that this is important to share them because first and foremost, this is encouragement for other crafters, especially the beginners one. I know myself, when I was on the beginning of my crafting journey, I was thinking like, oh, why is it so easy for someone else and I am struggling with it? Now, like 12 years later, like doing cards every single day, I can tell it's not easier. It's just I know how to deal with it, and I'm still making mistakes, and those things happen. So it's not like just because someone is making cards a lot of the time, and it hasn't more experience, it doesn't mean they don't make mistakes. I am making plenty of the mistakes, usually because I'm distracted, usually because I'm crafting, I'm watching like something on the computer screen or something. I'm just having conversation over the phone with my mom, and I do all sorts of other things. I'm distracted, and then I cut something wrongly. I just forget to add something which I had in my head, like I'm gonna be adding it on, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. This is, every time you create the mistake, it's an opportunity to learn something from it and to add something extra to create something else from it. So here, what I did, I put two golden lines, and I'm gonna be putting a little composition which will be actually falling in the place where I have this little boo-boo here with the punching. So something I've learned today, that take the padded piece underneath, like take it away and just punch on a hard surface, like so that was my learning curve for today. Let me know in a comment if you had any good tips like today. What was the new for you? What what other tips you may have, like you never thought about something until mistake happen, and what you have learned from it. Now I have this circle, and then I've added this little heart, which was the leftover pieces. I have this die which has this heart and teeny tiny frame around it, and that one was from the paper discovery set. It's very old collection, but I think it may be still available on the craft stash. I'll have a look. If it's there, I'll give you the link. And by the way, just to mention that all the links which I'm having in my description area, that's the affiliate links. So if you're shopping with the craft stash or scrapbooking, and you would like to support me, you can use my link, and that way if you enter this shop with through my link, you can use all your discounts, use all your coupon codes and everything, and you'll pay the same money. The only one difference is that I'm getting a little commission, so thank you so very much. Now here is the third card, how it looks like. I think it's turned out really well, even though I had this little piece I had to, cover up. And here's the other two. Let me know which card you like the most, which one was your favorite. Don't forget to have a look on the Buy Me a Coffee page, where you find these free printable designs. And I hope to see you shortly. Stay blessed, my friends, and bye-bye. Oh, and don't forget to share the video as well. Keep a like and a comment. Have a lovely day, my friends. Bye-bye.